What is some of the feedback that you've gotten on it?
We've collected a lot, especially through that Vistage organization, because they capture it every single time. But for most of the groups, they start out skeptical. When they start to realize that it's this simple model of colors, they begin to think, well, this is going to be like everything I've done. But when we start, the way that I challenge them is who's been through Myers-Briggs or MBTI, or who's been through DISC or StrengthsFinder or Hogan or PI, any of these systems that are trying to help people understand themselves and understand others. And through that line of questioning, I say, well, who knows their designation of your direct reports or your customers? And then I ask kind of the question, who used it yesterday? Who did something differently in an interaction with somebody because of what you knew about yourself in that model? And I've had over 1,000 people in a room, and almost 1,000 hands started up. And at that question, in fact, at one point, every hand except one woman, and she kept her hand up, which is great if somebody's actually using those models, but 999 other people didn't. And so the reality and the feedback is, you know, we brought this into our business and everybody uses it. And everybody uses it every day. Everybody talks about it every day, which is really what everybody's after. If you do any of these programs, you want behavior change. You want people to do something differently the next day. And you know, I'm independent of this company. I just love how they impact organizations and change how people show up.
What have you heard from leaders in terms of how this works for business results or in terms of people interaction within an organization?
So they love that it changes the dynamic of how they interact with their people or manage their people, and also how they interact with their customers. So we've got many global customers that in some instances have built this colorful model into their global sales training material. 3M is one that comes to mind, where in one of their divisions, they've literally identified a response based on how they interact with a doctor, and the response is based on their identification of, within this model of color energies, what is the leading color energy that they perceive, that they see. Because you're going to react differently for someone who leads with sunshine yellow than you are with cool blue. So obviously they saw enough value in it to build it into that program, which is a huge part of a way to identify, does this work or not? Well, now everybody is trained in it.